Alright, welcome to part 2, and this episode around I will play a little bit more carefully, as last time, I died, and I went through 2 worlds before this recording. Here's some footage of the last one. Yeah, I don't have the best of luck in caves, so, hopefully, I'm better off this time, so I can last a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Alright, on with the vid. This world will be called Danzpie, and of course hardcore. Alright, let's create this world. A little bit laggy, but I seem to be in the forest. Alright, let's get started. I start by punching a tree. This is a much better start than randomly killing animals. Now that I got some wood, I make a crafting table and begin making a wooden pickaxe. Now to search for some stone. Finding some stone on a nearby hill, I begin to mine, and after all that, got some stone tools. Exploring the forest, I find a cave right next to a pond. As much as I wanted to go down that cave, I did not have a good enough sword, nor any torches, so I went to chop down some trees. Having over a stack of wood, I went to hunt. Eventually, I found some coal, placed down my furnace, and began to heat up my beef. While looking for more food, I found a huge ravine, but since I have a fear of creepers, I did not go in. After that, I started cooking more food. Being brave and having food and torches, I went down the cave, only to be attacked by a skeleton seconds later. I began making a plan to kill the skeleton, as I can't just drop down. So I make a staircase. Losing a bit of health, I kill the skeleton. I began lighting up the cave. Eventually I found an opening with a creeper waiting for me, but I just make him explode. When I came back there was a second creeper waiting for me, but I just made him explode too. Going deeper in the caves I fight off a zombie and a skeleton. After that I just mined some iron. After I was done mining, I went deeper in the caves, found an underground ravine, but I came across something that was really bad. It was night. That means I'm stuck in the caves, low on food, so I did what anybody would do, mine some stuff. After mining some more iron, I went down a cave that was connected to the underground ravine, but as I was mining I heard footsteps. It could be literally anything, so I patched up the cave and went back up. When I looked back down the ravine I saw a creeper, so it's safe to say I was a little bit lucky. After mining a little bit more, I went deeper into the caves, but I kept coming across dead ends. Finding another cave, I thought it would lead to somewhere big. Just another dead end. Sometime later, I decided to look out to see if it's morning. Not yet. 2 hours later. Oh look, it's morning. Doing the most dumbest things, I somehow got out alive. After getting out the cave, I immediately killed a sheep and made a creeper explode. Finding a friendly enderman by my furnace, I began smelting my iron. I also began cutting down a tree to make a smoker, just to cook a piece of mutton. Yeah, I'm smart. I also began making iron tools and a shield. I also make an iron axe and a shovel. After some walking around and hunting, I finally made enough iron to make iron armor. Alright, this part is recorded the next real life day, so my voice is gonna sound a little bit off. Okay, no comment. Taking all my stuff with me, the adventure begins. Adventuring through the forest, I found a nice little river. Every video needs a montage, so here's a montage. Day 3. I begin by killing a pig and a skeleton. After that, I do some tree hopping. Just getting the thumbnail. After some more tree hopping, I go through a dark forest. Eventually finding a clearing, I start getting more food. After killing every single sheep you saw in the last clip, I start going through another dark forest. But being afraid of creepers, I just hop over it. After exploring through plains, swampland, and forest, I find a nice little base area, but I skip it as there's no village nearby and the land is a bit too hilly. You know what? I'm gonna climb that. Climbing the mountain, get a great view of the land on top. That was great, but how do I get down? Time to do a risky jump. Getting out of the lake, I climb another mountain. Now that I'm almost above the clouds, I get another great view. Sometime later, I notice the sun is going down, so I set up camp, heat up my food, and go to bed. Day 4. After I was done heating up my food, I climbed back down the mountainside and adventured through the snowy forest. Eventually climbing atop hills and walking the barren mountainside, I found what I was looking for, a village. Although the village was small, I found some pretty useful stuff. Buying some rabbit stew, I found a river that was connected to the village, so I traveled down it to build a base. Eventually I found a nice little area to build a base, but I kept hearing zombies, so I went to investigate. I found a cave that had lots of enemies inside. After killing tons of enemies, I gave up as there was just too many, so I got out and looked for another place. When I found another place, I set up base. Alright, that's the end of part 2. See you in part 3 if this gets 30 views. That's it. Alright, see ya.